Hey guys, Rachel here from Moving to Canada. So, if you're planning to move to Canada through Express Entry, knowing what the 2025 draws might look like can really help. It gives you an idea of what to expect, whether you need to improve your profile, and how close you might be to getting an invitation. These predictions also show what Canada's immigration priorities are, so you can stay ahead of the changes and make proactive decisions to improve your chances. And guys, 2025 is a big year as it marks 10 years of Express Entry. So in just a decade, it's become one of the main ways to get permanent residency status in Canada. So to kick off the year, we'll be sharing our top 5 predictions for what Express Entry might look like in 2025. But before we dive in, just a quick note. While these predictions can help you plan, they shouldn't be the only thing guiding your immigration journey. The scores and decisions made by IRCC are completely out of our control, and yours too. Instead, focus on what you can control, like improving your English or French skills, upgrading your education, or gaining valuable Canadian work experience, as these are the factors that will have the biggest impact on your profile. With that, let's dive into the 5 predictions. Our first prediction is that we'll see larger bi-weekly draws for Canadian Experience Class or CEC in 2025. In late October, the federal government announced that they would focus on in-Canada applicants in their immigration levels plan for 2025 to 2027. This means they're prioritizing candidates already living and working in Canada, many of whom qualify under the CEC category in Express Entry. Who benefits from this? Well, mainly international students, skilled workers, and temporary residents already building their lives here. These are people who've integrated into Canadian society as they're working, renting homes, and building communities. And so it's much easier for them to transition to permanent residency than for someone applying from outside of Canada. For context, CEC draws accounted for only about 1/3 of all ITAs in 2024, 26,500 ITAs to be exact. And so with targets to transition to almost 83,000 in-Canada applicants to PR status, this number could triple in 2025. So based on the numbers outlined in the Immigration Levels Plan, we predict CEC draws in 2025 could range from 3,000 to 7,000 invitations per month, a major increase from what we've recently seen. Now for our second prediction, high CRS cutoffs will continue. With the anticipated increase in the number of in-Canada applicants selected for PR, we unfortunately expect high CRS cutoff scores to persist throughout 2025, staying above the 500 mark. The reason for this is that there are still a lot of temporary residents like international students or work permit holders in Canada who will soon qualify for the Canadian Experience Class or other Express Entry programs. As these candidates enter the pool, it will add to the already large number of applicants currently competing for ITAs. This growing backlog of highly qualified candidates will likely keep cutoff scores elevated. In general, high CRS cutoff scores are a result of the large volume of candidates in the pool. When the pool grows and becomes more competitive, particularly with strong profiles, the cutoff scores rise because only the top-ranking candidates are invited. So unless Canada issues significantly more ITAs to balance out the increased volume, we can expect this trend to continue. Our next prediction is that points for job offers in the Express Entry scoring system will be removed. So funny timing, while I was filming this next prediction, IRCC actually went ahead and made the announcement official. So as of December 17th, 2024, IRCC confirmed that points for job offers in Express Entry will be removed. However, we're not yet sure when this change will officially come into effect. So let's backtrack a bit and let me explain what we know so far. So previously, candidates with valid job offers could get a 50 or 200-point boost to their CRS score, depending on the level of their job under Canada's tier system. This included jobs supported by labor market impact assessments or jobs that were LMIA exempt. So why was this change made? Well, the main issue is LMIA fraud. Some employers charge workers outrageous fees, sometimes up to 75,000 Canadian dollars for an LMIA-backed job offer. Meanwhile, others force workers to pay their own salaries or create fake jobs that don't even exist. This kind of exploitation is not only unethical, but also undermines the fairness of the immigration system. Now, IRCC hasn't shared the full details of how and when they'll remove CRS points for valid job offers, So let's just dive into some predictions based on how this might play out. Just for reference, there are 3 categories that a job offer can fall into, which you can see on your screen. This is just a quick visual reference to help you follow along as I explain. With that, the first possibility is that IRCC removes all points for valid job offers. So when this happens, we'd likely see a drop in the CRS cutoff scores for Canadian experience class draws. However, provincial nominee program and category-based draws probably won't be affected as they rely on different criteria. Another possibility is that Category 3 job offers could remain safe. These include workers who have been employed for at least 1 year under LMIA exempt closed work permits in specific NOC occupations, namely 0, 1, 2, or 3. So this group would include CUSMA work permit holders, intra-company transfer holders, and to an extent, IEC young professionals. Now, if Category 3 is protected, it might cause a small drop in CRS cutoff scores for CEC draws, but the impact likely wouldn't be significant due to the competitiveness of the pool. Lastly, and the third possibility is IRCC will keep Category 2 and 3 job offers safe, meaning Category 1 job offers could be the ones impacted. To clarify, Category 2 includes LMIA-backed job offers from Canadian employers where the candidate is already working in Canada in NOCs 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupations and is authorized to work both when applying for and receiving their permanent resident visa. On the other hand, Category 1 job offers involve new positive LMIAs where the candidate's role and employer are just being finalized. This earlier stage in the process leaves more room for potential misuse or fraud, such as inflated fees for LMIAs or fake job offers. Now, while not all cases in Category 1 involve fraud, IRCC may prioritize safeguarding those already integrated into the system rather than risking harm to individuals in Categories 2 and 3 who have put in the work and are further along in their immigration journey. Now, if you're hoping to use an eligible job offer to boost your CRS score in 2025, now's the time to start exploring other ways to improve your score. Or if you're just getting started and you want to estimate your CRS score, our online CRS calculator is here to help. With this tool, you can check your eligibility for the express entry pool, get a detailed breakdown of your score, and even see how candidates with similar profiles have performed. All you need to do is create a free Moving to Canada account to get started. Our platform also includes tools like an immigration quiz to identify the best pathways for your unique situation, along with step-by-step checklists to keep you on track. And by the way, it's all designed to simplify your journey to Canada, and it's completely free. So if you want to check it out, you can visit the link on your screen. Our next prediction is that IRCC will likely hold 2 or 3 draws for trade workers and 2 or 3 draws for healthcare workers in 2025. According to the latest immigration levels plan, approximately 42,000 applicants are expected to be invited under the Federal Economic Priority Stream. This stream focuses on identifying candidates that meet Canada's labor market needs. And for 2025, the priority categories include healthcare occupations, trade occupations, and French language proficiency. The Federal Economic Priority Stream is clearly targeting these critical occupations, signaling strong opportunities for candidates in these fields. Looking back at 2024 trends, around 10,250 invitations were issued to healthcare workers, while trade occupations saw a much smaller number, with only 3,600 invitations issued throughout the year. Last but not least, more French-speaking candidates will be invited for permanent residency each month in 2025. So in 2024, category-based draws for French language proficiency issued 23,000 invitations, more than any other category-based draw, even surpassing the number of ITAs issued under the provincial nominee program. As a top-performing category this year, French language draws are a prime opportunity to boost your chances of receiving an invitation. And the reason I say this is because these draws occur more frequently and issue more invitations compared to other category-based draws. Now in 2025, we anticipate at least one French-focused draw each month, with 2,000 to 3,500 invitations issued monthly. Based on IRCC trends, large early year draws are likely, similar to the 7,000 ITA draw in February 2024. But draw activity in late 2024 has relatively been slow, but it could lead to pent-up demand and result in increased activity in the early months of 2025. On the flip side, because of rising interest in French language courses, it is increasing competition in this category, which directly impacts the CRS cutoff scores. For example, the CRS cutoff score for French-speaking candidates rose from 365 points in February 2024 to 466 points by December, a jump of over 100 points in less than a year. The key takeaway: if you're planning to qualify under this category, act quickly. The competition is only getting tougher, and improving your French skills sooner could make a difference in your chances of being selected. Anyway, that wraps up our 5 predictions for Express entry in 2025. We hope this gave you some insight into Canada's immigration priorities and help you plan your next steps. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and tips on Canadian immigration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.